Okay, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa ahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. So now we go back to our subject about Asmaul Husna, 19 names of Allah. And today in number 6, Al-Mu'min. Okay, before it Al-Mu'min, we mentioned a few names before. There's 5 names. Who can mention among the names we discussed already?
Ar-Rahman,
Rahman, okay.
Ar-Rahim,
Ar-Rahim, good.
Al-Qudus,
Al-Qudus, yes.
As-Salam,
As-Salam. One more.
Al-Maliku,
Al-Malik, mashallah. Very good, very good. So, huwa ar-Rahmanur Rahimul Malikul Qudusus Salamul Mu'min. Today, Al-Mu'min. What is Al-Mu'min? Yeah. Okay, Amina.
Al-Mu'min meaning, the affirmer of truth, the guarantor, the giver of faith. The name of Allah is
This Arabic. Subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Subhanallah, Al-Mu'min in Arabic.
Al-Mu'min.
Al-Mu'min means the one who witnessed for himself that no one is God but him, and he is the one who sent down messengers and revealed his book and revealed his books as clear proof.
Clear proof, right? So very interesting here. Something might be confused because we call Mu'min and Allah also called Mu'min. What is it, right? When we said, I am a Mu'min, that means I am the believer. I believe in Allah. I believe in the 6 article. But when it's come to Allah, Allah Mu'min, Allah, the one who affirm the truth. The one who said, yes, you are Mu'min, yes. So Allah SWT firm. Allah give you, you have Iman, is from Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Right? So when Allah SWT Mu'min, is Allah the one who acknowledge you. Right? Amana Rasulu bima unzila ilayh. Allah acknowledge you. The messengers, and the believer with him, believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the rest. Yeah. Okay. Alia?
From the root Hamza Mim Nun, which has the following classical Arabic connotations: to be secure, safe, free from fear; to be quiet, tranquil; to grant protection, safeguard; to be trusted, trustworthy; to believe.
To believe in Subhanallah. So in Arabic language, any word come from Alif, Mim, and Nun is mean secure, safe, right? So therefore why he said, when said, what definition of the believer? He said, when everybody secure from him, safe from him, that's the true believer. He never had anybody, right? So Mu'min is the one who gives secure to the others. And Allah, no one can give secure, no one can really give safety, free from fear, right? Give tranquility, yeah. Because the word amana and then aman, the word aman means wa amanahum min ju. Allah saved them from the hunger, right? So it's the same, yeah. Okay, Zayn, yeah. Okay, Ijaz.
Each name
we explore and study unlocks a door to further our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to further, as we grow more
Acquainted.
acquainted with his incense, we can feel our relationship with him transform and become more secure with the sixth name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Al-MÜMİN, which is the quality that has enabled the hearts to experience this feeling and brought us together.
So if somebody looking for what? For security, looking for safety, right? Where we have to go? Al-Mu'min. Right? Because no one can really give security, can really give safeness, except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? So therefore, when you make dua, don't ask anyone. Because anyone, he can give you or not. But you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And very interesting, if you want to meet somebody, you have to have appointment sometimes. You cannot just come, especially at night time. If somebody, sir, can I meet you at 1 o'clock at night? What? 1 o'clock at night? But Allah no. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, la ta'khudu sinatu wa la naum. Allah neither sleepy or sleep. Allah always, wake up. Right? Yeah, human being have some weakness, right? So therefore, it is very important that you always ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for tranquility, for peace in your life. Yeah, because He is the only one can give you that. Yeah. Okay, Yasmin.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Let's see. Al-Mumin is the inspirer of faith and the giver of security. He's the one who sent down his book and messengers with signs of clear proof for all who listened. Some Allah's names can have many meanings or interpretations. Al-Amun is one of those names.
Yeah. So all of them have different meaning. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, the most gracious, most merciful, the King, Al-Malik, right? Yeah. So Al-Mu'min, as we mentioned, if we refer to Allah, that means the giver of security, the giver of peace and tranquility. Yeah. Yeah. So therefore, why when we depend on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we feel secure. Remember, I think I told the story last time. There's a girl, she went to her neighbor, bought different about 10 houses from her house. And she promised to go home, but maybe like 8 o'clock. But she forgot, 9 o'clock, 9:30. Wow. On that time, of course, there's no telephone, right? Oh. So then she had to go home. And she was walking, and in between there's a grave. And then he saw a big man was standing up there. And she went to run, but it's too late. It was closed already. So he remembered Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he started reading the ayah. Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. La ta'khudhu sinatun wa la nawm. She then looked to that man and walked and went inside the home. Alhamdulillah. But the next day, her father was watching TV, and there was breaking news. There's a girl has been raped on the same spot, the grave, and killed. I said, Daddy, I know the killer. I said, what? bring me to police station. The father said, I should shut that. This poor girl that I want to. So they went to the station and with the police station. And they have a mirror there with 10 people there. You know. So the police asked which one? The girl like this. That one, that's the big one. After they investigated, it's true. He admitted. And then she said, Dad, I want to talk to him. Hey, he's a criminal, he's dangerous. Dad, let me talk. He sure, okay. They accompanied by 2 police. And he was handcuffed like this. And then she asked him, because that happened after 1 hour she passed by him. And she asked him, why not me? And he said, because he wasn't alone. It was 2 bodyguards with you. Who 2 bodyguards? Allah sent the angel. Allah. Because that girl asked Allah's security. Allah sent the angel for us. Right? It could be happen to you. You are in danger, remember that. Call Allah Al-MÜMİN. And Allah SWT will come to you and save you. Yeah. Okay. Amina again. Inaya Yasin.
He is the one who provides justice and security to his creations. He fulfills all his promises and will never punish any creature. Unfairly, he is un. His servant expects him to be indeed. Allah does not do injustice, even as much as an atom sway. While if there is a good deed, he multiplies it and gives from himself a great reward. Quran 4:40.
So another meaning of Al-Mu'min, that means Allah SWT just. And he provided justice and security to his creation. So therefore he said, he said, I forbid injustice to myself and do not do unjust or wrongdoing to one another. Allah hates the one who do wrongdoing. So be careful now. There is a king, he wants to expand his territory. He wants to give big palace and put the wall. And then in the middle, he was to start construction. He saw there is a small house. So I said, whose house then? Oh, it belongs to old lady. He said, old lady? He said, yeah. Okay, destroy it. And then the king destroyed it. So when the old lady came back, she cried, said, where's my house? They said, the king destroyed it because he wanted to build a wall. You know what she said? She said, Ya Allah, where were you? I wasn't here when he destroyed, but where were you? Allah sent angel Jibril, this one wing, and will destroy the palace of the king. So be careful. Right? Don't do wrongdoing. Another story, there is a man. He saw a man just fishing, have big, what you call? He got big fish. Mostly he brought it and sell it in the market, and then, buy some food, meat, and to profit his family. So an evil man, hey, give me that fish. I said, no, it's for my family. So he pushed him, right? He took the fish. When he carried fish, the fish bite his finger. It was very painful. He couldn't sleep all night. And then we went to doctor. Doctor said, oh man, they have disease. You have to cut your finger. If not, they will come up. Okay, so they cut the finger. The next day he pain again. I went to the doctor again and said, oh man, they go up now. So they cut his hand like this. He feel better. The next day he feel again, and then he cut until the elbow. And the doctor was confused. They should be stopped. And doctor asked him, what happened? So he told the story. You know, I forced somebody and took his fish. Oh man, if you go to that man, ask forgiveness, you will. I didn't need to cut your ear. This is punishment from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So he looking for that man, and then he found the man. Oh, please forgive me. Look at it. I lost my hand because of the fish. Please forgive me. If not, I say, okay, I forgive you. You know, when I push you and you was on the floor, you will say something. What did you say? I just say, Allah, He showed His power to me. Please show your power to him. Yeah, Allah shows His power. That fish become poison. So be careful. Do not do injustice to anyone, right? Because that's the result of being injustice. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Amin again.
The Quran repeatedly mentions the believer as mu'min. So how do we then ascribe this name as the attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? First, the context is completely different. What's true for one does not mean it's true for the other.
Yeah. Yeah. So in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala repeated, the word mu'min, sometimes in the form of the verb. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, or you believe. Right? As I mentioned before, it is different when we said mu'min refer to Allah, mu'min refer to us. That's different completely. When you say mu'min, he's the believer. He believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When come to Allah, is Allah the giver of that belief, yeah, of that faith, yeah. So Ijaz again. Ijaz.
In reality, there is no comparison with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with anything. Mu'min is derived from iman or iman, meaning security, certainty, and or peace. When it refers to the believer, it means the one who assesses to what is true. The 6 articles of faith: 1. Belief in God. 2. Angels. 3. Books. 4. Messengers. 5. Day of Judgment. And 6. His divine decrees.
Decree, right? Qada wa qadar. Right? So just to make it clear, Allah mu'min, Allah the giver of faith. Allah the one gives security. But for us, I am mu'min, that means I am believe in 6 article. Believe is only one God. Right? And the best expression of God is He say He is Allah, the one, the only, the absolute. That means as-samad, everybody depend on Him. Right? He not beget, not the begotten, and no one like unto Him. Right? And then we believe in angels. Yeah, as we know that we have to believe all the angels. At least we had to know the 10 angels, because these 10 angels have connection with us, like the angel of Raqib Atid, who wrote the good deed, bad deed.
Recording in progress.
The angels of of death, Israel or Malakul Maut, right? And other angels. And we Muslims believe in the book. All the book was revealed to Musa, the Torah, Isa, Injil, yeah, and then Zabur to Dawood. We believe in all the books, but not the book that they have now because they've been changing. We believe all the messengers, right? Adam, Idris, Hud, Soleh, Ibrahim, Lot, Ismail, until Muhammad SAW. We believe that one day we stand for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the day of judgment. And we believe that everything happened by Allah's will, right? Believe in Qadar and Qadar, yeah? So, Aliyah?
Recording stopped.
When it applies to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is the one who confirms himself as being true. So the one who believes is said to have security, safety, and protection from potential danger. Huwallahu lazi la ilaha illa huwa al-mulku al-qudus al-salam al-mu'min al-muhaymin al-aziz al-jabbar al-mutakabbir subhanallahi amana yushrikun. He is Allah, other than whom that is no deity, the sovereign, the pure, the perfection, the bestower of faith, the overseer, the excellated in might, the compeller, the superior. Excellated is Allah above whatever they associate with him.
Yeah. How do you know that Allah have named Al-Mu'min in the Quran? In Surah
Recording
Al-Hasr,
in progress.
right? 20, right? Huwallahu alladhi la ilaha illa huwal malikul qudus salamul mu'min. Salamul mu'min. Right? So it's mentioned in the Quran, the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Mu'min. Yeah. Yeah. Mu'min also means to show us that we are really weak. Right? Mahnur.
Recording stopped.
Imam
Recording in progress.
Imam
Ghazali.
Ghazali writes an analogy of a man left alone in a state of ruin where he could not move his limbs and was pursued by enemies. Even if he could move, he still had no weapons or soldiers to fight with. Even if he had weapons or an able army, he could not guarantee victory.
Right? So we can rescue him. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because Allah has created us, right? Khuliqal insanu dha'ifa. Allah created human being in weakness. Right? You know, all our limb that able to move, right? You know, imagine, you know, we have to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Every day you wake up from sleep, you're able to move your fingers. Imagine you're unable to move. How you do? How you can dream? How you cannot? How you can hold this? Cannot hold it. Right? That's a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah. Yeah. So now how can you live with this name? And before do this, I would like to show some movies of Allah as concerning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who's Allah? Yeah.
And 13 charts of Google's most popular searches in Australia are just in, with the top Google search at number 1 being "What is twerking?", shortly followed by "Who is God?". Now, on saying this, I don't think you have to be a genius to figure out which of the two questions is more important to be asking Google. I mean, one could potentially explain the reality of our existence, while the other would potentially leave us scarred for the remainder of our existence. And look, I know there's a lot of skepticism surrounding this issue, and quite frankly, I don't blame you. I mean, the meaning of God has been thrown around so often we forgot what it means. From some Zeus-like man in the sky with a big beard, to Thor, to a half-animal, half-human creature, to Kanye West shamelessly producing a track titled I Am God on his album Yeezus, to Eminem then self-proclaiming himself as the rap god, a new brand of clothing titled I Am God, and who could forget Justin Bieber and his believers.
You affectionately refer to your fans as beaners.
No, believers.
And now I understand that most of this may be exaggerated, and many of these examples are mere semantics and plays on words that are probably being taken out of context, as let's face it, nobody actually believes in Bieber, and I highly doubt that Kanye West considers himself a god.
When someone comes up and says something like, I am a god, everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was, a god.
And now Kanye West smashes his head into a street sign really, really hard.
Oh! Kanye! Oh, Kanye, you okay?
Sounds like Kay's got a new hit.
A god! That's who I think I am. Kanye, you okay?
So with all these misconstrued definitions of God, the least I could do is help clear the water and help us finally find out who is God. Well, to begin, let's start with the things that we all agree on. First and foremost, we're here. We just began and we exist. And like all things that begin to exist, they require a cause. Things don't just come out of nothing, and although at times we sometimes wish they would, they don't.
If I told you that this glass sprang into existence, this glass made itself, you said Muhammad Ali's crazy.
So in saying that, knowing the cause of us is crucial to understanding who God is. Although we are able to explain that we did have a beginning, as many leading cosmologists have affirmed, we are still left unanswered as to what was the cause of our beginning. And before you lash out saying, oh, but we can't see what happened before we began, or you can't prove there was a creator, we say quite openly, neither can you disprove a creator. And by observing the reality of our world and our existence, its order, its structure, and the systems, I see no reason not to believe in a creator. But then one may ask, where did this creator come from? What was the cause of him? And it will go on forever and ever, which would most probably lead to us never have ever been created. So for God to exist, he must exist without a beginning, therefore not requiring a cause, making him eternal. He should also be transcendent from his creation and not bound by any of the realms he had created, whether it is time, space, or matter. For instance, when Steve Jobs makes an iPhone, he doesn't become the iPhone, he is separate. And of course, we could also argue that he is one. This makes the most sense, and it would also avoid any potential conflict between two disputing all-powerful gods with conflicting interests. But we still don't know which god is he.
Are you Zeus? Are you Thor? Are you Yahweh?
Well, if you agree with everything I've said up until now, you will realize that each of these gods don't fit into our established criteria of who God is. They are all created beings, they are not eternal, they have not created anything, they are dependent, and they require sleep, rest, oxygen, and food. So who is the one and only true God? I present to you a God who is one and only, eternal, exists without a beginning, who was uncreated, requiring no cause for himself, yet being the absolute cause and creator of everything else. Allah. A simple definition of God that is logical and rational. There is nothing like him, no man, no creature, nothing imaginable. He is the one who is perfect, although I don't like using the word perfect because our understanding of perfection would never encompass his true essence. He is in control of everything, whereby nothing can harm us unless he wills it. He is the all-knowing, the all-hearing, and unlike our friend Kanye, he is the all-seeing. Many of us would then argue that although these verses do provide a logical and sound concept of God, how do we know that these words are indeed the words of God? Well, first and foremost, the Quran isn't just any book. It was revealed over 1400 years ago as direct revelation from God to the final prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and was sent as the most eloquent piece of literature to before mankind. Revealed at a time where poetry was rife and to a population housing the best of poets, only to leave them speechless and at a loss for words. Now, what is important to note is that the Quran doesn't fit in any of the known classes of poetry nor prose. Rather, it is a fusion of both that even to this day shake the hearts of Muslims and non-Muslims alike.
Recording stopped.
You can hear it's very euphonic. I mean, there's a lot of internal rhyme and end rhyme, and the rhythm is not predictable, and it's beautiful.
Even to this day, the Quran remains incomparable and stuns humanity with its accurate references to science and history, from accurate descriptions of the human embryo to historically accurate references to the different rulers in the different Egyptian dynasties. And no matter how many times people will try to discredit the Quran on its authenticity, it remains standing.
Will you please, at the very next science lesson, get some salt water, get some fresh water, and mix them and see what happens?
The Quran says 2 seas, not 2 cups of water. And to those that doubt it is from God, the challenge is simple. Bring forth something that can compare. And now, although this challenge has been attempted multiple times throughout the past, history has witnessed that no man has been able to rival the Quran. But does this challenge still apply today? Well, we could surely put it to the test, and who better to choose than the self-proclaimed rap god.
Call yourself the rap god.
Eminem, dubbed the best of his time, being incomparable with anyone in his league.
The last thing the world needs is another me.
Now, if we compare the works of Allah with the works of Eminem, we are left with this. Slickety gibbity hippity hip hop, rappity rap, packing a mac in the back of the act, pack back rap yak yakety yak yak at the exact same time I attempt these lyrical acrobat stunts. Look, content-wise, I don't know. However, we can't deny that lyrically he is impressive. He has rhythm, rhyme, style, alliteration, and assonance. The short video online even indicates that in one of his songs he almost made every second to third word rhyme. But how does he compare with the Quran's smallest chapter of 3 verses, Surah Al-Kawthar? Now, in just 10 words, Allah is able to use over 30 linguistic and rhetorical devices, including emphasis, multiple meaning, grammatical shift, word order and arrangement, ellipsis, conceptual relatedness, intensification, choice of words, repetition, intimacy, exaggeration, and prophecy, along with many, many more. What's also important to note is that the linguistic devices in the Quran aren't just thrown about randomly. For instance, Allah would use palindromes strategically to describe the terms glorify your Lord and the orbiting of planets, as though both processes are occurring continuously, non-stop, one after the other. The shortest chapter in the Quran also contains a rhetorical device that no one can compete against nor replicate: prophecy. At the end of the first verse, Allah promises Muhammad, peace be upon him, that he would be given abundant good, at a time when he was at one of the lowest points of his life, with a small amount of followers and low social status. He had even just lost his son, and his enemies were taunting him with cut-off lineage and progeny, yet Allah was promising him abundant good at this time. Such was the prophecy of the Quran, and we certainly indeed see its fulfillment today. With the Quran being the most recited, memorized and practiced book across the entire world, with over 1.6 billion followers today from all walks of life. Now, I know many of you are probably thinking, okay, cool story bro, but what's the purpose of the Quran? Well, the importance is that it gives meaning to life, from our overall purpose of existence to why we're here and what happens once we die. God teaches us that each and every single one of us is being tested. We weren't created for mere play, we were created with a purpose, and that is to be obedient to God and His rules. Those who believe, there is reward, and those that don't and are arrogant, there is a punishment. And look, I apologize for trying to squeeze all this into one small video, but I've given you everything you need to know who God is and why we are here. So read.
MashaAllah. It's very simple. Yeah, and how to explain God. I think you learn a lot from that video, inshallah. So now, how can you live by this name? Remember that the goal, we study Allah's name so we can imitate Allah SWT. Right? If Allah SWT so kind, so we have to so kind. Now about the movement, how to apply it, to implement our daily life. Yeah, Jasmine? Yeah.
Have Iman, which is your belief in Allah combined with action in following his commands and staying away from his prohibitions,
Prohibition.
and you will receive his iman, security, in this world and the next. Whoever brings a good deed will have better than it, a better reward, and they will be on the day at peace during the terror.
Yeah. So the first, believe in Allah and His messengers. Right? So Allah mu'min, Allah the one give you faith. No, you have to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But belief is a word. But what the proof that you believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is you follow His commandment. Allah said, hey, I want you to pray 5 times days. Yes, I hear and obey. I want you to be kind to your parent. Yes, I hear and obey. I not allow you to backbite, to harm somebody. Yes, right? Because Allah SWT asked us to only to do 2 things, right? Do, don't do. Do, don't do. Everything Allah SWT said do is what? For our benefit, our interest. When Allah asks us to pray, do Allah need our prayer? If nobody pray, nobody pray. No. He don't need our prayer. We need Him. Because when you pray 5 times a day, and then you are really in need His help, Allah SWT will come to you immediately. But you never pray, and then you need something, oh God, you know, the angel said, who's this man? Right? That's number 1. Believe in Allah and His messenger. The Prophet Muhammad. Messengers of Allah SWT is to give you role model, an example. Right? This is the beauty of Islam. You know, how to implement, you know, I want to be good Muslim. Lead the seerah of Muhammad SAW. Very easy. You know, I want to be good to my brothers, my neighbors, Muslim, non-Muslim. Look at Muhammad's life. Everybody love him, even his enemy. Yeah. So Allah SWT was mentioned in the Quran. Muhammad is uswatun hasana. He's the best example for us. He always smiling when see. He never respond evil with evil. Always respond what? Evil with good. Yeah. That's Muhammad. Okay. Number 2, believe in the promise of Al-MÜMİN. Promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Yeah. Alia.
The people of paradise will say, all praises and thanks is only for Allah, the one who fulfilled his promise to us. Believe that the promise of Al-MÜMİN will always come true. For example, his promise is the sadaqah with no decreased wealth. So trust in this fact and fulfill your promises to your best abilities.
Right? This is the word where people enter Jannah. Right? Alhamdulillahilladzi hadani. Right? Alhamdulillah. So we pray, Alhamdulillah. The one who guide me, the one who fulfilled the promise. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? We have to have yakin here. Or promise, for example, if you give 1, Allah give you 10. Remember the story I mentioned last time? Fatima, she was pregnant and asked her husband to find an apple. But on that day, there's no season for apple, difficult to find. But after maybe almost Asar, Ali found 1 apple. She was happy. He was happy. But on the way, somebody said, oh, Ali, I was looking for apple all day. My wife pregnant. She need apple. If you and me, what we're going to do? No, for my wife. The Prophet companion always preferred the other. So Ali gave the apple to this man. He went home. Fatima was waiting for apple. Said, Ali, did you find apple? Yeah, we found 1, but my friend needed it. Of course, Fatima not feel good, but before they finish, I went up the door. When Ali opened, a young boy, he carried a plate full of apples. You know, if somebody gives you apple, did you count it? No, of course. It's thank you very much. Right? No, Ali counted. Said Wahid, Isnain, Salasa, Arba, Khamsa, you know, Sitta, Sabah, Thamania, Tis'ah, 9. Ali said, hey, where's one more? I don't know. You know, my master just asked me to give you. Said, you lie. So Ali pretended to going to bring the stick. Okay. This one more. And the boy asked Ali, how did you know this was 10? Because Allah promised, if you give one, Allah give you 10, not 9. Right? So always, you know, believe in Allah's promise. Yeah. Okay, Amina.
Al-Mu'min is the only source of Aman, so ask him only to grant you safety. As the Prophet ﷺ said to Abu Bakr anhu, be not afraid, surely Allah is with us. Quran 9:40. No matter how hard the situation, have Aman and ask Al-Mu'min to give you Aman, peace and security in your heart.
Number 3 is ask Allah. Ya Mu'min, yeah, give me Aman. Right? This is when Abu Bakr and Rasulullah was in the cave. Remember during the Hijrah, when they escaped to Medina, they hide in the cave. Right? And then the disbeliever, they found the cave. But to go inside the cave, they had to be bowed down like this. So Abu Bakr, he saw their legs. He said, oh, Prophet, if they bow down, you will see us, they're going to kill us. What was the Prophet's reaction? Oh, you're right, Abu Bakr. We need to find some place to escape. No, he was calm. He said, Abu Bakr, do you think only you and me? He said, don't worry, Allah with us. Right? So Rasulullah asked Allah, the Mu'min, to save him. Yeah. Okay, take care of trust. Ijaz.
The Prophet ﷺ said, the believer is one of whose tongue and hand the believers are safe, and the believers is one in whom the people would entrust their blood and wealth. An example is to make sure you don't harm others by your tongue through backbiting.
Fighting, right? So the Prophet asked, what definition of the believer? You the believer? He said, yes, yeah. The believer when the others believer or any creation saved from his tongue. So it means somebody used to hurt somebody, call name, say bad word. It's not true believer. Because people are not saved from his tongue or hand. You know, the believer never hit somebody. I'll take with his hand something that belonged to him, belonged to someone. Yeah. Okay. So therefore, and also the believer is the one who protect the life of the other believer. You know, one day Rasulullah in the front of the Kaaba, Wallahi, by Allah, you are the holiest place in the world. But he said, you know, the blood of the believer holier than you. Been to defend your believer is more important even to defend the Kaaba. Right? So don't use your tongue for backbiting, spread rumors, because that's not the sign of true believer. Yeah. Be thankful for your safety. Inaya.
Reflect on the blessing of security and safety. Let them worship the Lord of this house, who has fed them, saving them from hunger and made them safe, saving them from fear. Quran 106:3. If Al-Mu'min gave you a safe place to live and work, show your thankfulness. Many are not in this position, and teach children to recognize this favor upon them.
Right? The Prophet ﷺ said, if you wake up in the morning, right? Man asbaha mu'afan fi jasadi. You wake up, you have good health. Aminan fi sirbi. And around you was secure. You don't hear bomb or somebody going to destroy your house. You are safe, like we every day. And then you have food for that day. Allah, food for that day. Subhanallah. He said, you look like have this word and what in it. Right? What the first one? You wake up in the morning, you have good health. Somebody wake in the morning, he become blind. He cannot move his leg. Every day we wake up, easy go to restroom, take shower, eat. We wake up, we don't worry to go out like people in Gaza now. In some places, they're scared to go out. And then you not only have food for this day, food for 1 week, you have in freezer, all kind of, right? Always thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You do not know the blessing of safety unless you live a place with no security, like what happened in Gaza. Yeah. Okay, Jasmine again.
Ask Al-Mu'min to bless you for Iman until your last breath, and to adore you with the characteristics of Mu'minun believers as mentioned in the Quran and Sunnah, and in turn study these features so you can work on adopting them. When you are scared, turn to Al-Mu'min for safety. When your iman is low, ask him to strengthen it.
Yeah, strengthen it. Right? So we need to have iman until we die. Remember the hadith said, whoever the last word, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, he will enter Jannah. So Jannah have key. What the key? The Shahada. Right? So he asked Al-Mu'min, Ya Allah, please keep this iman until I die. Right? So there's dua called Ya Muqallibal Qulub, Thabbit Qalbi ala Dinik. Oh Allah, the one who turned the heart, keep my heart and your belief on your religion. Because we don't know, the end of somebody. Yeah. Aliyah?
O Allah, Al-Mu'min, we know that you are the source of faith and giver of safety. Bless us with strong iman. Lead us in taking care of our trust and fulfilling our promises, and adorn us with all of the characteristics of you, beloved believers. Grant us steadfastness and safety in this world and the hereafter, and make us of those who enjoy
Ultimate safety and paradise. Yeah, so this is dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's good to make dua. Yeah, don't forget after salat, right, to say, Allahumma antas salam, wa minkas salam, ya dhal jalali wal ikram. Or, Allahumma antas salam, wa minkas salam, wa ilayka ya'udu salam, wa hina rabbana bis salam, wa adkhilna al-jannata dar salam. Allah, you are the peace. Right? From you come the peace, and to you return the peace. You are the majestic. And put us in the house of peace, Jannah. Yeah. Okay, I think that's done today. That week. Okay, Amina.
Thank Allah for the countless things He gave without us even asking.
Did you ask Allah for the eyes? No, for the ear, for the water He gave us before that. Yeah. Yeah. Allah SWT said, if you are thankful, I will give you more and more. Yeah. This we discussed last week. We talked about thanksgiving, right? So let we make dua, inshallah. Yeah. Okay, put your hand. Rabbi zidni ilma, oh my Lord, increase me in knowledge. Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a. Allah, I ask you for knowledge that benefits. Bismillahilladzi la yadurru ma'a ismihi shay'un fil ardi wa la fis sama wa huwa as-sami'ul 'alim. Bismillahilladzi la yadurru ma'a ismihi shay'un fil ardi wa la fis sama wa huwa as-sami'ul 'alim. Bismillahilladzi la yadurru ma'a ismihi shay'un fil ardi wa la fis sama wa huwa as-sami'ul 'alim. Rabbirhamhuma kama rabbayani saghira. My Lord, have mercy upon them, mean the parent, as they brought me up when we were small. Right? ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك التواب الرحيم وصلى الله وسلم الحمد لله رب العالمين. So see you next week. What time?
3:30.
3:30. Right? Make sure